This is Karen and John Troisi from Jean Edward Cellars. We are the owners of a small boutique winery. We are based in New Jersey and go back and forth to Napa, where we consider ourselves bi-coastal. And we've been involved with Gary for, well, I would say 25 years. Before we were in the wine business, which we started in 2004, we were Madison Gary's customers. That was our go-to place. Just about every other Saturday we were going up and down the Cabernet aisles, seeing what's new. Eventually we got into the wine business. Gary started looking at our wines, brought some in, and then he purchased some of our premier Napa Valley lots. And now we are in a partnership to produce his lot series, Lot 81.
Before I start to talk about the wine, I'd like to congratulate Gary and his team on 35 years in the business. As John said, we were customers at the Madison store, and although we weren't there when the doors originally opened, we were pretty soon after customers in that store. We like to say we hope some of our purchases led to a little bit of his success. So, I'm going to talk about Lot 81. We're really proud to partner with Gary and his team on producing these private label wines for you. Lot 81 comes from predominantly the Coombsville area in Napa Valley. We like to call that the gateway area of Napa. It sits on the southeast portion of the Napa Valley. It's part of the Vaca Range. The Vaca Range is the mountains on the eastern sides of Napa, and the Coombsville AVA is bowl-shaped. Three areas or three borders are the Vaca Range, and the fourth border of the Coombsville area is the town of Napa and the Napa River. The soils are volcanic ash, also loam. So what happens in this area, you get the fog that rolls in early in the evening, each evening, and it's the last to recede the next morning. So you get a lot of moisture on the vines overnight. So it leads to less dehydration of the fruit during drought conditions, because there's just a little bit of water that's left on the vines. If we get rain, and we always hope we get rain, not during harvest, but we hope we get rain, the water drains, the soil drains very quickly in that area, but it collects in the volcanic ash layer that's underneath the soil. The vines dig deep, the roots go deep, and they get into that water even during several weeks after it's rained. We get a little bit of moisture that comes into the vines. The fruit from this area is very voluptuous and round. The tannins are a little bit softer that come directly from the fruit. This particular wine is 80% Cabernet and 20% Cabernet Franc. We use 3 vineyards in this wine. 2 of the vineyards are located directly in the Coombsville AVA, and one of the Cabernet vineyards sits just outside of the AVA, so we don't use the Coombsville designation on this wine, but they pretty much have similar soils and similar climate for the area. So you're going to see a lot of lift in the florals from the Cabernet Franc. You'll see lavender and rose petals in the nose and some nice dark fruit notes. In the mouth, we get this dark Cabernet profile, and then a little bit more round red notes in the mid palate. A little bit of spice creeps in, and then it has this really nice round finish that's very long. Goes great with grilled vegetables, grilled meats. One of our favorite pairings, I think, is a really nice flank steak on the grill that has maybe some grilled veggies, and I make this truffled potato wedge recipe that I love to cook. Some zucchini would be awesome with this particular wine. So Gary sells this wine at a really great price. Wines from the Coombsville area are often 2-3 times what this bottle is on shelf for. So you're going to want to go out and make sure you stock up on this one, because it's going to be great with all your meals and beef dishes.